Brisbane, Suncorp Stadium. It's Tuesday night, Magic Round in the SRL. Manly Seagulls taking on the Parramatta Eels to kick off this double-header we have in front of a packed crowd in Brisbane. A big night last night. The Panthers beating the Warriors, and the Rabbitohs coming from behind to beat the Canberra Raiders. But it's the Manly Seagulls and the Parramatta Eels set to go head-to-head. The Parramatta Eels beating the Manly Seagulls 26 points to 0 in their Season 1 clash. But with Manly looking a very different side this season, we are set for a big game. Set to get underway with Aidan McKinney. Ball on the tee. And underway, says referee Tony Badger. And Abraham Walker brings it back for the Eels, who have first possession of this game. So it was the Parramatta Eels who got first blood against the Seagulls in in Season 1. A dominant display it was as well. It was 26 points to 0.
Right, that's a third.
In Parramatta. The Seagulls coming off a win last week against the Cowboys.
He's held there.
First win of the season to them after their round 1 loss to the Rabbitohs. While the Eels
Fifth and last.
tripping back across the Tasman after their defeat against the Warriors last week. We're looking for a hit back against the Eels tonight as Bell takes it well at fullback, and he's got no one in front of him. Thomas Wallace was chasing, but Corey Bell is going to go in for his first try of the season. Under the posts, and a great start for the Seagulls. Too much speed by the former Rabbitoh. A quiet start to the season, Corey Bell. But he has exploded here tonight in the opening 2.5 minutes. Aidan McKinney to add the extra 2, 5 from 6 last week. No mistakes from out in front, and it's the Seagulls out to a 6-0 early lead. So Corey Bell, he's had a quiet start this season too, finding himself on the wing after spending, you have to say, much of the season last year for the Rabbitohs at fullback. Last week Corey Bell, 6 line breaks, 3 missed tackles, average of 10 metres per run. So it was a pretty quiet game for Bell by his standards. Right, that'll be a big confidence builder for the young winger. As the Seagulls, hands on the ball after that early try. Chris Lord to play the ball. They come near side to Goodwin, charging it forward, the big prop.
Let him go, let him go. That's tackle 4, hands off.
This time it's Harris.
He's held there.
Looking to really step up tonight, the vice skipper. After a rather quiet game. 42 minutes last week for Matthew Harris. Mistake from the Seagulls gives the Eels position in their own half. To Wallace, taking it forward, the skipper tonight for the Eels. After Kobe Johnston suffered quite a horrific knee injury last week, but he's made a good recovery and is on the bench. As Settenberg goes through the middle, searching for his first try since round 3 of Season 1, Attila Settenberg. Butler putting it high towards the wing, but Michael Cribb makes no mistake and come down with it.
Here's tackle 1.
So a good early take by the Seagulls winger. Yeah, big confidence
2
builder
hands away.
for him. And we know about his aerial skills from season 1.
He's held there. 3, back to 10.
Had a good 9s campaign with Michael Crimp.
Held. 4, get back, look at me.
As Boone goes dummy half to McKinnon, he looks to shape
held
it out
there.
wide and decides to go himself.
Marcus, lock
Taking
in.
a good tackle. Durant wrapped him up well. Lewis to kick on the 5th, puts it deep down into Eels territory, finds a bit of space. Eli Barnes having to track back and does a good work. Gets away from one, gets away from another. He is absolutely electric. Eli Barnes, strike backs for the Eels. Fourth try of the season. And after a quiet game against the Warriors, the Eels #1, first touch of the game and just slices through the Manly defence. Two from 2 last week for Charlie Butler. He'll make that, no mistakes. Up high into the crowd here at Suncorp. As the Eels even it back up again. 9 minutes gone and we are 6-all. 2 early tries. Length of the field efforts as well. Corey Bell for Manly. Eli Barnes for Parramatta as McKinley launches that one high, deep down into Eels territory, and they sling it back infield.
1, release.
Abraham Walker
held.
to bring it forward. Luke Carter.
He's held there. Get off him.
McKinnon
2,
leading the
on the
charge.
kick going.
In defence. Assisted by Punch.
Held.
As Short
He's held.
takes it
3.
forward. Luke Short, one of the players for the Eels who was a standout in season 1.
He's held there. That's tackle 4,
Really
hands
hasn't
off.
fired. Isn't in season 2 yet. Has had a quiet
Held.
couple of
1,
games
release.
to open the season, Luke Short, and he'll be looking to really step up and make an impact as the Eels have given the ball away.
He's held there. That's his
Chris Law's
second.
going to set it up 15 metres out centre field. They sling it near side.
3, back to
Crimps
me.
on the end of it, but
Held.
Durant rushes up early and wraps him up as well. Through the hands again to McKinnon, this big,
He's held
ranging
there. Let him
5'8".
up. 4.
Hard to take down.
Boone.
From dummy half goes Boone, looking for a gap. Through the middle, almost getting over the line,
Held.
but throwing onto his back at the last minute. Good defence from the Eels. Tackle 5 for the Seagulls. Looking to get a kick away was Lewis, but he's fumbled it into an Eels player, no advantage.
That's 1. Move. He's held there.
Lewis trying to find the man in the backfield here. Looked like Chris
2,
Lord
hands
coming
away.
through.
Held. Off him now.
Barnes was trapped towards the centre of the field, so it would have been interesting to
He's
see
held
if Chris
there.
Lord
3.
had enough
Move.
speed to get through and collect that one if Lewis
Held. 4.
managed to get it away cleanly. Nevertheless, the Eels on attack as Barnes goes through the middle once again on the end of a long pass
5. Hold on the 10. He's held there.
from Butler. Finding space early as Eli Barnes. Final tackle for the Eels. A short kick by Butler, not really attacking the line, and Luke Carter comes down with it, but McKinnon wraps his arms around him and he can't get the offload away. It's a handover, so the Seagulls,
1. Release.
good
Held.
defence so far on the
Move.
edges. Just through the middle, Eli Barnes is starting to cause a few issues.
He's held there.
As mentioned, he
That's
had a
his
pretty
second.
quiet game last week, Barnes. Only 3 line breaks to his name, and for a fullback, that's rather
3.
low
Back with
statistic.
me. Held.
After his 3 try effort against the Broncos in round 1,
That's tackle 4, hands off. He's held
Chapman
there.
keen to play the ball for the Seagulls. 20 metres out, they go through the hands. Bennett
Held.
takes it
Tackle
forward, that's
5.
Jesse.
Hold.
Up to the 10. They go to the final, this time Lewis gets it away, puts it high. Chaser's coming through, but Barnes once again gets up, breaks away from one, he's away from another. Eli Barnes is away once again. A diving tackle, there's no impact at all, and Barnes goes in for his second try in the opening half. Seventh try of his career. This electric fullback moved from the centres to start season 2 for the Eels after Connor Sanderson moved to the Broncos, and what an impact Eli Barnes is making. Two from two out in front for Charlie Butler and the Eels after going down early. Have struck back with 2 tries to Eli Barnes. Length of the field efforts. So back live here on SRL TV. Tuesday night action from Suncourt Stadium. It's Magic Round. And you're watching the Simulation Rugby League Premiership.
3 hands away.
If you haven't joined now, it's your time to be the player. Head to our Discord in the link below.
Move it.
And get your career underway as Butler puts in a horrible kick, trying to go for the crossfield kick, searching for, it looked like Dan Mitchell on this near touchline. But the Seagulls have come away with it, and they're going to have a chance to strike back straight away after that Barnes try. So Butler's not happy with himself. You can see him in the defensive line, really unhappy as Herman almost tries to slice his way through. Stopped in a good tackle by Carter. They come near side once again to Chapman Kenny and the Manly skipper. We're going to go upstairs. Possible knock on. Looking for his first try since round 5 season 1. I'm not sure if he's got it down or not. Possible separation, and yes it is. Bunkers said no try. A great tackle by the Eels covering defence. I couldn't see who it was, but a try goes begging for the Seagull skipper.
That's your second. Hill.
So is that going to be a defining moment in this game?
He's held there. 3 back with me.
Coming up, 20 minutes gone, the first quarter in the books.
Hill. 4. Move.
It's Butler to play the ball. James decides to go left.
He's
to
held
Carter.
there. 5.
Himself on that left edge. Simon's a dummy half. Butler puts in the kick once again. He's put it straight into a skipper. Wallace finding himself in the thick of things. And they've given away a penalty. So 2 disappointing kicks for Butler, and he'll be really frustrated with himself at the moment in the chat. As Chris Lord sets it up. About 21 metres out here, the Seagulls. McKennedy goes out to Elms.
2.
Oh, the Elms always dangerous. Ball in hand. Once again through the hands from Lord. They find Morris, who's on the park. Left once again to Payne on debut.
He's held there. 4. Hold the 10.
Tyson Payne. Once again through the hands, it's Herman. slicing around the first tackle, but wrapped up in a good ball and all by Abraham Walker and Tim James. So final tackle now. They'll go back to Payne, who's got it flattened in a massive tackle by Attila Settendag. And he's put it down and Settendag's come away with it.
That's one. Move!
So a big welcome to the party. Tyson Payne. Attila Settendag, no stranger to rough and tumble in the SRL. An Eel with a bite. Attila Settendag is. The Eels have got a penalty as Butler finds a touchline. Had a poor game Attila Settendag last week. Only 11 runs. 78 metres. Didn't really get his hands on the ball as much as he was hoping.
2 on the kick going.
He is a big game player. And he's really started to make his presence felt
3 markers
in this game. So the Eels setting it up centre field.
That's tackle for, hands
through
off.
William Jones onto the park. About 21 metres out through the skipper's hands, they find Carter.
Tackle 5, hold, held.
McKinney wraps him up well. But we're looking to get this way this time as he does. It's too far as Chapman Kenny comes down with it.
He's held there.
Brings it out to the 10.
Held. 2.
So it's Charlie Butler and Huey Smith in the halves for the Eels.
He's
This
held there.
relatively young
3.
pairing.
Back
Charlie
with
Butler
me.
making his debut late in season 1.
Held. 4.
Huey
Move.
Smith picked up just after the draft at the start of season 2, but you have to say they've gelled pretty well. Opening couple of rounds, they struggled last week against the Warriors. Huey Smith had a pretty busy game. Kicked 204 metres, 4 line breaks, 1 assist. And he was looked after well by Butler, so they'll be looking to continue their halves pairing.
3. Hands off.
And they're getting the ball on the front foot at the moment as the big Eels forwards
4. Number 10.
to really get that front foot momentum. So Butler's to play the ball now. Tackle 4 for the Eels. They're still around that centre field mark as Johnson
5.
bumps off 1 tackle.
Held.
That was Morris, sets it up. Around about 20 metres out for Butler to put it high once again, but he's pushed it too deep for a second time in a row. As Chapman Kenny has no pressure and takes it no problems at all.
He's held there. That's his second.
So all the field position at the moment for the Eels
Held.
as
Held.
they continue
3.
to look for a mistake from the Seagulls, who have made a few of them already
He's held there. 4.
in the
Get
opening
back.
30
Look
minutes
at
of
me.
this one. McKinney finds Herman, injects himself
5. Marcus
past the
Lockie.
tackle of Carter, taken down by his opposite, but not before he picks up an extra 15 or so metres. McKinney puts it on the boot, forcing Smith backwards. Yep, Smith does a good job to get back in space, and he finds himself with Herman coming across. Herman's got to give chase here. Smith's got speed, but Herman just wraps him up around the waist.
He's held there.
But again, it's the Seagulls on the back foot as the Eels swing it wide, then go inside to Barnes. Barnes then finds Jones,
2.
but the covering tackles come across. Still time, only 2 tackles. Wallace inside to Barnes once again. They're loving that inside channel.
3.
Barnes is running it very well. This time it's back to Butler. Wasn't expecting the pass, but he'll set it up around about 8 metres out. This time left to Simons. Short ball to Carter. But the Seagulls defence just smother him. And it's a slow play the ball from the Eels. Left this time to Barnes once again, and he collects it and goes in for a hat-trick. pressure tells. And the Sea Eagles can't hold them out any longer. Reminiscent of last night's game between the Raiders and the Rabbitohs. Mark Iron going in for 3 tries in the opening half. Eli Barnes 3 in this one. Butler makes it 3 as well. Barnes is making it pretty easy for him. But the Sea Eagles defence, it is looking a little bit concerning at the moment, as we're still around about 8.5 minutes until half time. You'd have to wonder how much the Sea Eagles are missing Albi Akarangi after his injury last week.
Move!
Coming off the bench tonight, you'd have to say he's one of their standout performers.
He's held there. Clearing.
So far in season 2, 32 tackles last week, 2 tries, 2 tackle breaks,
3.
and got
Hands
injured
away.
halfway through the second half.
That's tackle 4, hands off.
They'll be waiting
He's
for
held
Akarangi
there.
to make his way onto the park in the second half, but at the moment they're really missing that defensive
Held
pressure.
5.
In the middle, it's Chris Lord playing in the number 13 jumper. Good defensive player he is, and he's really lacking that support around him.
He's held there.
As they've been forced into touch, it looks as though, yes they have, the crowd's gone quiet here at Suncorp. This is a real unforced error by Corey Bell. And that's just really disappointing. His elbow just touched the line as he got up to play the ball.
Right, here's tackle 1.
So it's the Eels with another opportunity. Still a bit of time on the clock as Johnston busts through one, cuts through another. Eventually it's Goodwin who dives on him as James runs from dummy half, looking for his first try in a long time. Round 3 of season 1, Tim James as Wallace charges it forward. Sea Eagles defence holds him up, but there are 2 tackles remaining here as they go right. Smith decides to dart through himself.
Hit the last.
They'll look for Butler to put it high, possibly on the far wing, towards Braden Smith, as Smith's coming through. He's going to go up, he collects it, but he's been taken down by McKinnon in a good tackle.
Release.
So 5 minutes remaining in this first half for the Sea Eagles to bring the game back to possibly within a try. But they're at the wrong end of the field at the moment, and they haven't had much field position for the last 25 minutes or so. Too many mistakes.
That's tackle 4, hands off.
Forced and unforced against the Sea Eagles. As Payne takes it forward.
He's held there.
Good debut so far from Tyson Payne. He's had 5 hit-ups for 28 metres. He's had 1 error, hit by that big tackle by Attila Settendag earlier on, as Smith will bring it back for the Eels. Up to the 30. As it's a horrible pass from, I'm not sure who it was from. Payne's picked it up. He's complaining about no advantage. There was no advantage played there by the referee, and Payne would have been away, I'd have to say.
He's held there.
Unsure why the referee blew the whistle on that one, but the Sea Eagles still the good opportunity as Chapman Kenny looking to go on this time, and he won't be denied after earlier dropping the ball. We're going to go upstairs once again, searching for his first try since round 5, season 1. The skipper looks to have made no mistakes this time. And the Sea Eagles do strike back before half time. 5 from 6 last week for Aidan McKinney. He'll start this one from the right. Look to bring it back. It's shaving the uprights, hit the upright. So not successful from the Seagulls, 5-8. And the score will remain 18 points to 10. 2 minutes remaining until half time. A good strike back by the Seagulls, just what they needed to end the first half. After it's been absolutely dominated by Parramatta for the last 20 minutes or so.
Hill, let him up.
Penalty now for the Seagulls. Kennedy will look to punch this one up over the halfway line, you'd have to think. Maybe not as much distance as he would have liked, but all the same, they've got just over a minute here, the Seagulls.
He's held there. That's one. Move!
60 metres out. A reminder that
Hill.
coming up straight
2
after this
hands
game,
away.
it's the Queensland Derby. It's the Cowboys taking on the
3.
Broncos.
Back to 10. He's held there.
Cowboys winless so far after the opening 2 rounds of season 2,
Hill.
while the Broncos
Move. 4.
had
Get
to
back.
continue
Look at
after
me.
their win last week. It's half time here at Suncorp Stadium. It's the Eels up 18 points to 10 over the Seagulls. Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. Round 3 of the SRL Premiership. Magic round this week. All 4 games played here at Suncorp Stadium. And game 3 to launch Tuesday night is the Seagulls taking on the Eels half time.
Hill. 1. Release.
Sorry about that, guys. Back underway on SRL TV after that small glitch. And it's the Seagulls with their hands on the ball
Hill. 3.
for the opening set of the second half.
4.
Small technical difficulties at half time here at SRL HQ.
5th and last. He's
Kane
held
Chapman
there.
Kenny looked to have just stopped after he received the ball. I was thinking a possible injury. But he looks to be okay. I'm just looking at him right now. He is
Hill.
holding his left ankle. And I'm sure he'll be okay. He's a tough
Hill.
player.
2. He's held there. Get up.
As it does look like Akarangi has made his way onto the park for the Seagulls. 18
back
points
with
to
me.
10 at half time.
Hill. Clear him now.
3 tries to Eli Barnes for the Parramatta Eels.
4. Hold the 10.
And they are
He's
on
held
attack
there.
early. With Barnes, hands on the ball, that inside channel.
Hill.
They've been working it all night. Huey Smith, Charlie Butler to Barnes. Butler's going to put it high. Chapman Kenny waiting for it, makes no mistakes. Out to the 20 for the restart.
He's held
Akarangi
there. 0 tackles.
taking it forward.
Right, here's tackle 1.
First touch of the game for Albi Akarangi. As mentioned, one of the standout performers for the Seagulls so far this season. Last week,
That's
2
his
tries
second.
9 tackle breaks. 32 tackles.
3 hands away.
It was a monstrous display from the Seagulls, number 13. But he was struck down with an injury late in the second half.
Hands off.
He was recovered well over the past 7 days.
5.
Starting from the bench tonight. So it's Boone at dummy half. Lewis will kick on the final. Mitchell to bring it back. He's had a quiet game so far, Dan. Mitchell almost getting away from the tackle of Sam Herbin, who just got him round the ankles, and Chapman Kenny up over the top, but looking dangerous down that far touchline as Wallace takes it forward after an offload from short. The Eels looking dangerous constantly tonight. So Simons to play the ball. Smith at dummy half through the hands of the halves to Smith. Braden, Huey, Wallace inside to Barnes once again. I'm not sure if he's got it down or not. He's been held up. Great defence. I'm not sure who it was. Try-saving tackle as Wallace takes it forward. But let's try and get a replay, surely, of that tackle on Eli Barnes.
He's held there. That's one. Move.
Back tackle on the Eels, number 1.
That's your second. Held.
The Seagulls under all sorts of pressure. The Eels absolutely dominant so far tonight. Backs are looking sharp. Lots of energy. The forwards are looking strong and powerful. Led by Luke Short and Thomas Wallace. Walker's back on the park as well. Good tackle on Sam Herbin. Big man on small man. They go back to McKinney again. It's just rushing defence by the Eels. Butler this time comes up on his opposite. A slow play the ball by McKinney. They're going to be forced to kick from deep in their own half. It's Akarangi with the kicking duties.
One, release.
But they are all at sea at the moment. The Seagulls.
Held. Off him now.
The Eels looking razor sharp in attack. James a dummy half through the hands. Out to Barnes, getting his hands on the ball again. He's had a busy game. Another penalty against the Seagulls. Barnes fighting for that quick play the ball. So setting it up around about 30 metres out. Looking for the opening points of the second half.
He's held there. One, release.
To Smith, cut out pass to Barnes. Once again, getting through the first line of defence. It was McKinney who came from his outside. They continue this time to Smith. Met hard and a good tackle. It's Robbie Elms, front on. They go short to Butler. He'll be wrapped up. Simons at dummy half. They go to Tim James. Tim James looking to go over. We're going to go upstairs. Tim James hasn't scored since round 3, season 1. And he looks to have planted it down. No problems at all. Good power by the big hooker. Had McKinney hanging off him. But Tim James goes in for his first try in the season. So the Eels extend their lead over the Seagulls. Butler starts it from the right once again, and the wind drags it around. 24 points to 10. Little over 50 minutes gone. The defending premiers looking strong tonight. Looking like the defending premiers we've come to know after their disappointing loss to the Warriors last week. where they just looked flat,
Right, here's
lethargic,
one.
a little bit disorganised in the halves. But Huey Smith and Charlie Butler are really leading their side around the park tonight.
Let him go. 2.
It's been a good display in the forwards by Luke Short and Thomas Wallace as they've given the ball away here. Matthew Harris has come away with it and he's made a few extra metres up through the middle as well.
He's held there.
So Boone at dummy half, they go straight to Akarangi,
Held. 2.
looking to get his hands on the ball as much as possible. Boone once again, this time to Lewis. Kyle Lewis slices through past Eli Barnes and goes in for his first try in the SRL. Just cuts back on the inside. Looks to go back inside to Boone and Wallace fell for it. And the Sea Eagles, they ain't done with yet. Still plenty of time remaining. And this to bring it back to an 8-point ball game. So back underway in this Tuesday night doubleheader, game one.
Let him go, let him go. Right,
The Sea Eagles looking to fight back. Not wanting the Eels to get anywhere out in front as Crimp gets around one. Good breakaway by Michael Crimp. Hasn't got enough speed to get away from Eli Barnes. So it was Dan Mitchell with the Sea Eagles. Hands in support, Akarangi goes through. Had Boone on his outside, decided to take the tackle. Boone at dummy half, they go to Bennett. Good charge by the second rower. Knocked back in some strong defence led by Sittendag. But they go to Boone, who does from dummy half, looking for his first try in the competition. Only 5 metres out, Herbert at dummy half. This time Lewis decides to go high. Coming down with it, Braden Smith. And wrapped up by some good Sea Eagles defence. 5 metres out from the Parramatta line. So the Sea Eagles looking rejuvenated. Akarangi coming on the park looks to have made a big impact.
1, release. He's held there.
And they've made another mistake here, the Eels. More opportunities for the Sea Eagles.
That's your second. Held.
On the 10, Chapman keen to play the ball to Herbin. Gets away from Short. Wallace wraps him up about 3 metres out. Right, they come again. Lewis hit Matthew Harris. Cleans it up. But the Eels just swarm around him.
Hands away.
Boone at dummy half to McKinney. A little bit disorganised by the 5'8". Wasn't really expecting the pass. But they'll play the ball here. Another tackle, recount for the Sea Eagles. Matthew Harris held up over the line. So back live here once again. Akarangi through the hands to Boone. Don't know what's going on at SRL HQ. A little bit of glitch going on. Herbert at dummy half goes to Bennett. Charging for the big front rower.
He's held there.
Held up, tackle 5 metre out. Right, they come. Lewis puts it on the kick. Boone to collect. Byron Boone held up just over the line. Kyle Lewis getting into things here. At dummy half, it's James. He'll take it forward, but the Sea Eagles looking dangerous all of a sudden.
That's your second.
Jaden White makes his way onto the park.
He's held there. 3. Back
Looks like Damien Shelford is on for the Eels as well, so they're making the interchanges a little bit late here. The Eels looking to find some tiring Manly defence in the back as James once again.
He's held there. 5. Marcus
Looking confused at dummy half, possibly getting mixed messages from their halves as White this time puts it down. Bell on collect, does well to get away from Wallace.
Right. He's tackled one.
Into the Eels half they go. To Herman. Again, getting away from the first tackle.
Let him go.
Right side they come. Centre field to Akarangi. Palms off Tim James. Wrapped up by Barnes, assisted by number 4. Ethan Durant. This time to Bennett. He takes it forward. Another good charge by the big second rower. 5 metres out here for the Seagulls. Through the hands from Lewis to Lord. Chris Lord looking to go in 2 weeks in a row. He's a metre out. Final tackle for the Seagulls. Back to Lewis on the toe once again. That's been connected by Settendag. No real pressure on him. And the Eels come away with it.
Hill. 2.
So back near side. Through the hands of the Eels
3. Hands
skipper,
away.
Thomas Wallace. Durant looks to be back on the park after coming off for only a few minutes. Possibly into the second row for the Eels. Butler dummies, goes himself. Wrapped up by Joshua Blackburn. Wallace to kick. Under it's Chapman Kenny, the skipper. Looking to ignite something from the back for the Seagulls. 23 out through the hands of Akarangi. It's a punch. Again, driving the legs forward. Looking for the extra metres. Lewis cut out pass to Herman. Taking it to the line, the Seagulls. Good passing as well. Goes to McKinney.
He's held there.
Both sides lifting the intensity late in this one. 24 points to 16. Coming up 15 minutes remaining. To Akarangi once again. Back to Bennett. Busy over the last 10 minutes or so, Jesse Bennett. Boone deep back to Lewis. He'll punch it down to Mitchell. So bring it back for the Eels.
1. Release.
They're playing the ball a metre, 21 metres out. They go short side.
2.
Huey Smith's out there. No way past the Seagulls skipper. Chapman Kenny.
3. Marcus lock in.
Mitchell shimmies his way.
Let him up.
Pass, he's taken down by Byron Boone. Out wide this time to Butler.
Hill. 4. Hold the 10.
Taken down by Blackburn once again. Inside to Wallace. Good passing by the Eels halves. Wallace on the inside. James this time, it's Butler. This time once down to Chapman Kenny again. But it's another good chase from the Eels on that far touchline, led by Jaden White.
He's held there. That's his second.
So centre field for the Seagulls, looking for
3.
a try to bring it back to around about 6 points. Sam Herman's had a pretty quiet game tonight, you'd have to say. As I say that, he gets away from a tackle and then gets it to McKinney. Oz outside.
Tackle 5. Oh, he's held there.
Slow play the ball by McKinney once again. Akarangi's going to kick down to the wing of Mitchell. This could be dangerous. Mitchell's going to bring it back, but it's a good chase by those outside backs for the Seagulls, led by Michael Crimp. Now, you all know the dangers of Dan Mitchell from kick returns, and they got up him quickly to stop any sort of attack he had. So the score remains 24 points to 16 as we tick towards the 70-minute mark. Smith cuts in the crossfield kick, looking for Braden Smith. Can't find him, and Elms comes away with it. Didn't really have enough distance or power. And it fell short of Smith,
Held.
Braden.
2, hands away.
That's McKinney for the Seagulls on the 30 of the Eels. They go to Blackburn. He
held
just
there.
straightens it up.
Move.
Takes it into contact
Free,
from
back
Wallace.
with me.
To Lewis. Cut out pass. No, White's come away with it. He's come up early and snapped it out of the air.
Held. Get off him.
Lewis looking for the big ranging pass out to his wingers. Jaden White's done well to get up and take it down for the Parramatta Eels as Shelford busts through the middle.
Held. 3.
Looking to seal the game here, Parramatta. An 8-point lead as Barnes goes through the middle. He's going to cap it off with his 4th try of the night. Tiring Seagulls defence was Joshua Blackburn. Herman couldn't get to him. And Barnes, his 7th try, his 9th try of his career, 4th try tonight. Butler sends it through, 30 points to 16. Eli Barnes looking as slippery as they come. Just shrugging off tackles throughout the game tonight. And once again, just slicing his way through that defence. As we're back underway, it's Luke Carter to bring it back for the Eels.
Clear him.
Just short of the 20.
Release. Held. 2, hands
Coming
away.
up next week in the SRL round 4. Monday nights, the
He's
Penrith
held there.
Panthers taking
3,
on the Manly
back with
Seagulls
me.
up at Bluebet Stadium. And the North Queensland Cowboys
Held.
taking on the South
Clear
Sydney
him now.
Rabbitohs.
4. Move.
And then next Tuesday night, it's the Warriors over at Mount Smart taking on the Brisbane Broncos,
He's held there. 5.
followed
Hold.
by the Canberra Raiders hosting the Parramatta Eels, rounding out round 4.
That's 1. Move.
And a reminder coming up straight after this game, it's the Cowboys taking on the Broncos.
He's held
And
there.
what is set to
2.
be an
On the
absolute
kick going.
cracking end to Magic round here in the SRL.
Held. 3. Hands off. He's held there.
Centre field at the
That's
moment, the
7-4,
Seagulls
hands
are around
off.
about 32 metres out from the Eels line as
5,
Akarangi
hold on the 10.
takes it forward.
Held.
He'll play it on the 20. Boone through the hands on the final McKinney, putting it high, not really getting enough depth. That one, Chapman Kinney goes up and takes it down, but there's too many Eels players around, and they come away with it.
He's held there. Right, here's tackle 1. Held. Up now. Held. 2.
Referee reaching for his whistle almost. Further penalty as Durant goes straight through the
He's
tackle
held
of
there.
Blackburn,
3. Back to 10.
leaving him on the grass. Keeping an eye on Blackburn as well. He doesn't look good. He's sort of struggling to get back to the defensive line. Joshua Blackburn as the Eels inside once again to Barnes. Covered well by Akarangi. Assisted by Boone as the Eels centre field. Final tackle, punch it down to Chapman Kinney once again. Chases have been good so far on Chapman Kinney tonight, led by Mitchell. Hasn't been able to get away up that far touchline in the second half.
3 hands away.
Tackle on Lewis by Carter, about 40 metres out. They go inside to Akarangi. Once again, this Eels defence wrapping him up. And they'll be kicking early from deep in their own half, but it's not a good kick by Lewis. Barnes comes across.
1.
The Eels have been too strong tonight.
Hill, that's your second.
Razor sharp on attack. The defending premiers as Barnes looks to go in once again. He's been chopped down by Herbert at the last second. But the Eels still with chance with 30 seconds remaining.
Hands off.
They're a metre out. James to Mitchell, and Mitchell will go in just to the right of the uprights. And the Eels finish it off with a great try to their winger Dan Mitchell. First try of the season. And they'll bag the 2 points. Their second win. Their season back on track. As Butler will come in. He won't be successful with the conversion. But it's a win nevertheless for the Eels. 34 points to 16. Getting away with it late in the second half. And they move up to 4 points on the ladder. 6 tries to 3. 4 of them going to Eli Barnes. 5 out of 6 for Charlie Butler from the tee. And a good dominant game by the Eels. 25 out of 28 possessions, only 5 errors. But it's the line breaks that were really the telling story. 34 line breaks for the Eels, only 24 for the Seagulls. And that wraps up things here at Suncorp Stadium. Game 1 of this Tuesday night double header here in the Simulation Rugby League Premiership. We hope you join us for the final game of Tuesday night. The Cowboys taking on the Broncos. We'll see you soon.